Write a 3-mark question. The question is, why did the Mauryan rulers keep a large class of officers? Why did the Mauryan rulers keep a large class of officers? Question mark, 3 marks. Okay? Now write the answer. Mauryan rulers kept a large number of officials to administer every aspect of public life. Stop. Point number 1. The heading of point number 1 is appointment of Dhamma Mahamattas. Appointment of Dhamma Mahamattas. Hyphen. Appointment of Dhamma Mahamattas. A hyphen, then write. Ashoka appointed Dhamma Mahamattas. Ashoka appointed Dhamma Mahamattas to propagate the actual elements of Buddhist religion among the masses. Stop. Second point, spies. Spy, S-P-Y-I-N-G. Spying agents in Mauryan administration. Spying agents in Mauryan administration. This is point number 2's heading. Spying agents in Mauryan administration. Then hyphen and write. A number of officials were appointed for secret activities. Stop. These officers, these officers used to control activities of external enemies, external enemies, and used to find out, and used to find out corrupt officials, and used to find out corrupt officials. Stop. Number three, heading officers appointed for. Number 3, heading officers appointed for tax and revenue collection. Officers appointed for tax and revenue collection. Under this means hyphen and then write. The Mauryans also appointed a number of officers, for efficient organization, of taxation. Stop. Paragraph. Except all these, THESE, large number of officers, large number of officers were appointed to control central and provisional administration. Stop. Done. Next. Okay. Next is a 8-mark question. Right. Discuss the main features of Mauryan administration. Discuss the main features of Mauryan administration. Stop. Continuing. Which of these elements are evident, evident in the Ashokan inscriptions that you have studied. This is an 8-mark question. Okay. Right. The main features of the Mauryan administration the main features of the Mauryan administration are as follows. Now point number 1. There were 5 major political centers in the empire. That is the capital Pataliputra, Patali, Pataliputra, and the provincial centers of Takshila, Taxila, Ujjaini, Toshali, and Suvarnagiri. Done. Next point. Due to hugeness of the empire, administrative system, due to hugeness of the empire, administrative system, empire then comma, administrative system was not uniform. Administrative system was not uniform. Stop. It is likely that administrative control was strongest. Administrative control was strongest in areas around the capital, and the provincial centers. Stop. Point number 3. The centers were carefully chosen. Comma, both Takshila and Ujjaini both Takshila and Ujjaini were on the important long distance trade routes, comma, while Suvarnagiri was important for the gold mines of Karnataka. Stop. Next point. Communication along both land and river routes was vital for the existence of the empire. Stop. Next point. Megasthenes, Megasthenes, Megasthenes in his book Indica, Indica mentioned about a committee with 6 subcommittees. Mentioned about a committee with 6 subcommittees. For coordinating military activity. Stop. Of these THESC, one looked after the navy. One looked after the navy, comma. One looked after the navy, comma. The second managed transport and provisions. The second managed transport and provisions, comma. The third was responsible for foot soldiers. The third was responsible for foot soldiers, comma. The fourth for horses. the fourth for horses, comma, the fifth for chariots, the fifth for chariots, and the sixth for elephants, and the sixth for elephants. Stop. Next point. The activities of the second subcommittee. The activities of the second subcommittee were different. Like arranging bullock carts, comma, recruiting servants, and artisans, recruiting servants and artisans for the soldiers. Stop. Paragraph. Ashoka also tried to hold his empire together by propagating Dhamma. Stop. According to him, this would ensure the well-being of people in this world and the next. Stop. These were understood from his inscriptions. Stop. Complete. Any questions, any doubts? Any questions, any doubts?